welcome back to Baking with Fee. Are you ready to do some very yummy baking with me again? Fantastic! Now today we are making chocolate chip biscuits. Yummy! And these are perfect if you've got some cutters and you'd like to cut your biscuits into different shapes. So shall we get on and see what we need to do? Yes! Fantastic. So first up we need butter, and try and make sure that it's quite soft, so leave it out to get a little bit soft. Don't take it straight from the fridge, otherwise it won't mix very well and it'll be very hard. So you've got to mix your butter and your sugar. Shall we see what it looks like? So when it's all finished mixing, I've used my standing mixer today, but you can just use a hand mixer, that will be absolutely fine. But it will all mix together, so your butter and your sugar will be nice and creamed together. Now the next thing to add is flour. So we're going to tip that in and we're going to mix that up too. It will be a little bit crumbly, so you're now going to have to get a bit messy to make sure you can mould it into a dough. Is that okay? So you're going to have to use your hands for a little bit. First though, I'm going to add some vanilla extract. So you just need a little bit of that, and that will give it some extra nice flavour. And then we're just going to mix that round with our hand until it's all mixed in. So you just need to squeeze it together, and all the flour, the butter, the sugar, the vanilla will all start coming together to make a nice firm dough that we'll be able to roll out and make into some shapes. Now, before you finish mixing that up, we're now going to add our chocolate chips. Yes! So we're going to pour those in, and again with your hand just mix it all around until all the chocolate chips are in the dough. And there we have it. There is our dough, our chocolate chip dough. So what we've got to do next is to roll it out so we can cut it out into the shapes we want. So you want to put a little bit of flour on the surface that you're rolling on and start rolling. Okay, so you've got your floured surface and your dough. You need a little sprinkling of flour on top and a little bit on your rolling pin, otherwise it will stick to things and you don't want that. So just roll it, turn it, roll it again and flip it over. Make sure it's not getting stuck to your surface. And just keep rolling until it's about 1/2 centimetre thick. Okay, and then we can start cutting it. So I've got all sorts of cutters. I've got gingerbread men, I've got squares, circles, hearts, stars, flowers. Doesn't matter what you use. You could just make them into circles and then you can decorate them however you want afterwards. It's totally up to you. I'm just going to do a selection of all of them. So you push the shape in, if you give it a little wiggle, it'll come away from the dough easily. Just gently push it out and out comes your shape. Let's go for a circle next. Push it in, little wiggle and push it out. And push him in, little wiggle and oh, he's already fallen out. Gently take the dough away from him. Lovely. And then, when you've got no more space, scrunch all your dough back up and roll it back out again. So once you've got them on your tray and they're ready to go, so you've cut all your shapes out, it's not essential that you do this, but it's something that I suggest you do just because it keeps the shape better, is put the tray in the freezer just like this with the biscuits on and leave them in there for 15 minutes before you bake it, okay? That just makes the butter and the mixture a bit colder so that when it goes in the oven it doesn't just melt everywhere and the shape disappears. When you put these in the freezer, switch your oven on to gas mark 4 and by the time these are finished in the freezer, they'll be ready to go in the oven. Yes! So mine have been in the freezer. Ooh, they're crispy cold now. I'm gonna stick these in the oven for about 15 minutes and they'll be done. Shall we see what happens? Yes. Don't forget to ask a grown-up to help you with the oven because it's very hot and I don't want any of you hurting yourselves. So when you take them out of the oven, don't forget to ask a grown-up. Just put them on a cooling rack and leave them to cool. And once they're totally cool, you can either eat them up straight away, gobble, 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 or you can spend some time decorating them and making them look fantastic. I will show you a close-up of how we decorated ours and might give you some inspiration. I am doing it near Christmas, so they are Christmas themed, but you could do it any way you wanted, and I would love to see how you've done yours. So when you've finished yours, take a little picture and ask your grown-up to send it to me because I'd love to see what you've made. Thank you very much for watching today's Baking with Fee. I hope you have a go and I look forward to seeing your pictures. And I'll see you again soon for some more